What is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen? Day traders, closet swing traders. Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Hope you guys are feeling good. We got Al in the house. Good morning to you. Good morning to Andy, Bill, Cindy, Dragons in the house. Good morning to you. Good morning to Emily, Frank, Jared. Good morning. We got Jeff, Keith, Kevin, Lucian, Martina, Mike, Nicholas. Good morning to you. Good morning to Peter, Rick, Sarah, Tim. Virginia's in the house. Good morning to all my people out in YouTube land. All my lurkers in the background. They're just not going to say nothing all day. It's okay. I still love you. Hit that like and subscribe button. Who cares what Pal said? I don't. No one cares. No one cares. I'm excited for today. We sat here with about 2 weeks with no story, no nothing, very quiet market, some individual names moving, and we were just like, maybe we could get something from Powell. There's a slight chance maybe he lowers rates. Most likely he doesn't. Kicks it off the can, or kicks it down the can. We'll just kicks it down the road, whatever version you want to say. But yeah, we're just waiting, and then uh, we don't know how Trump was going to react. We kind of probably did. We could at least take a pretty educated guess at what Trump would say after we don't get the rate cuts and how that's going to affect the markets. The markets have been moving absolutely crazy. Can we go higher from here? Lack of bulls buying, just resilient bulls, just not there to push it higher. What we needed was some Meta earnings. We needed some Microsoft earnings. We need to keep the story alive that AI is still has room to run. There's still money coming in from AI products. It's not a bubble. It's not something. We got it. We got good earnings last night. In terms of Jerome Powell, we pretty much just had what we expected. He didn't come out too dovish. There was two dissents from the Fed. So I think even now within the Fed, there is some little bit of added pressure on maybe a September rate cut. But other than that, no rate cut yesterday. He he didn't really go too hard on saying we are going to. He basically did nothing. He didn't say we're going to definitely lower rates or we're seriously considering. He kind of kicked it down the road where we might not even get rate cuts in September based on what he was saying. I think he has a little bit more pressure with a couple of dissents from the Fed, but still alive. He really didn't say nothing. The market was moving, and it wasn't even really during that time frame off of Powell. It was actually off of Trump. Trump was signing some copper bills, and FCX was moving like crazy, getting hammered. There was individual. Trump had decided to do a press conference pretty much the same time Jerome Powell was speaking, maybe to kind of drown out Jerome a little bit in that headline. So we're actually moving. Very interesting. We're moving during that time frame based off of two different narratives. Very interesting to see how the market was kind of just holding out, but there was big swings in both directions. But the real news, earnings. Earnings came out. Everything AI is moving. There's definitely now a little bit of a difference in the market. So anything non-AI related, kind of getting just held up a little bit. Nothing too crazy, but anything AI is absolutely pumping this morning. So pretty crazy. We got SPY gapping up to all-time highs. Lucian says, I'm not sure why anyone expects anything different than waiting for data to dictate what he does. There's the chance. I think it's just the chance he might say something, but yeah, that's the only thing he ever says. And then you get the data. We even had job numbers coming today. We had jolts come in, so jolts came in a little lower than expected, so more job openings. Economy's good, or higher than expected. My bad. Otherwise, SPY gapping to all-time highs. We have a clear gap and go today. Lots of volume due to the Trump Jerome Powell duo that came in yesterday. So finally, we had some volatility. We did close lower than the day before. Third day in a row closing low, still hanging out in that range. However, this makes for a pretty good gap and go for today. Like I said, I got no targets higher because we're just back to all-time highs. I would love to see a high wave candle on SPY today. Most days I'm like, no, don't do this to us. I think today could get the momentum, so I'm looking forward to finally having some kind of narrative we've been lacking for the last few days, and we'll see if we can take advantage of that if things want to continue to move. Qs, I think more so in the Qs than the SPY, because everything like if you're trading uh AI stocks, quantum AI stocks, the qubits of the world, those things will probably move. Anything generative AI will probably be moving as well. But yeah, Qs look very strong. They held up a little bit stronger yesterday, closing as a pure high wave candle, still inside the previous day from Tuesday's candle, but even that one was kind of a retest. So we'll see on this one. Maybe Q's maybe pumped a little too much. However, I don't know. It's hard to tell. We're at all-time highs. Beautiful looking gap. It is a gap and go. And I'd stay strong on anything tech. It's just leading the absolute way. BTC, USD. Did they finally break out? Not yet. Not yet. The story is not crypto anymore. Story right now is just AI. We need the next crypto story push to break this narrative. So, again, not bad. Bitcoin was almost breaking down, looked kind of ugly. Bulls did what they did again, came back, saved it, threw us right back in this range for today. I mean, that's a really good looking high wave candle. Not too much volume on it. I think you have a lot of volume on. Let's see if I could map this one out a little bit. Got a lot of volume on this candle, which is this hammer. Bulls have already shown that they could break it once. They couldn't get the follow through, but now after that, we broke. This is a retest. We're still staying inside this candle, and now you got a little high wave. So I would watch this one. If we start getting above uh, the high wave candle from yesterday, that also gets us above that high wave candle from this high volume day, and maybe that's enough to continue the crypto rally. I would like a little crypto story to kind of push us out there too. We need some kind of a new catalyst, I think. A lot of this one was based off of some of those crypto bills passing, things like that too. So kind of need to wait and see. I think it's still holding pretty decent. You're above all moving averages, and it's just a matter, I think, of when we can get that next push in Bitcoin. Let's see. There was a couple tickers that came in. I think I saw Cindy's first saying that gap and go on SNDL. Let's take a look at that one. SNDL. Yeah, below $5. So if that fits in your plan for day trade, or if you're looking for a swing or bigger move, the only thing I see so far coming in terms of volume, at least, watch for $1.75. If we can make it above there, I think you're free and clear to kind of hold it till $1.89 or into a bigger spot somewhere around $1.99, which is a really good move. But yeah, quite that is quite the gap and go. Again, day trading, I'll probably stay away from it just based on the price. I kind of want $5 above. Buying, holding, swing positions, position trading probably looks pretty good on this one. And then we are approaching some little bit of volume at open again, 175, few different VPOCs even lining up here than what we looked at, but yeah, quite impressive to say the least. Bill says Hood, aka Superman, just keeps going. Again, Bitcoin, and this one is starting to get into this range a little bit. If Bitcoin can break out today, Hood's gonna be phenomenal. For pre-market, where we're sitting now, I don't know if this is gonna be the focus. Doesn't mean it can't run today. I don't know where Hood's AI is, and the market's gonna be stronger. Anything AI related, I think. You're just tangled up. Watch for these two levels. If we start breaking down 105.21, look to go a little bit more lean to the bear side of things. If you could break out of this 106.37 zone, look to continue long. I think your next immediate target probably takes us to 107.54 and then back up to 109.69. So right now, just kind of chilling for right now. It is gap and go, so little bit of a bearish lean. And again, catalysts. We don't unless Bitcoin wants to start running breaking, and it could. It's very close to breaking out that high wave candle. That would be the catalyst I would look for Hood. They did have earnings, I believe. When did this come out? This was last night. Yeah, phenomenal move. 36.94%. 74 million on the revenue side, so very good in terms of the earnings. What's today? Thursday, right? What kind of stock is this one? Retail favorite, retail loved. Had a incredible amount of push before earnings already. My guess is there was a lot of options on this one and a lot of premium on both sides, calls and puts for Robinhood. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't do anything for today, tomorrow, kill as much premium out of those contracts as possible, and just clap everybody that was having holding options till August 1st. We'll see. I would imagine we probably stay within this range, and then maybe on Monday we get a gap up, gap down, whatever the case, and we kind of play out those options a little bit more. But it looks like they're trying to crush a little volatility right now where we're opening. Let's see, we got Amazon, AMZN. Amazon looks absolutely outstanding. Let's see if there's anything could hold us up. And then don't they have earnings coming soon too? Tonight? Uh-oh. They got a pretty high bar to beat. But yeah, they're moving with the rest of the tech market. Um, Interesting. I don't know with those earnings coming tonight, how if well, I would put it this way. Well, number one, we are opening into a little bit of resistance. If I was in this thing bullish, I'd probably be targeting right around this 237.86 is my target, my goal. Also, if I'm in this thing bullish, which a lot of people already are, and I could get this push into essentially my zone and not have to wait for earnings to come out, I think I'd probably be selling and taking my profits at open. Again, remarkable day in the markets. Everything's kind of gapping up. Who knows? Maybe this thing just bulls are just like, yeah, we beat before. We can do it again, and just you rallied up higher. I don't know. But for me personally, if I was in this trade, if I had calls, I would probably at least take something off the table, and then might cause a little bit of weakness coming into earnings tonight. So watch that earnings. Watch any of those candles that are reporting very, very soon, especially when the market's able to lock you in some gains prior to those earnings and having to play a little market roulette and see if you live or die on a on your trade. So not bad, really good gap into a little resistance. Jeff says, I'm just going to cover my Amazon shares. Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of that, but that's also going to put pressure. And I think the way you're thinking, a lot of other people are doing as well. And that will put a little bit of pressure from the stock moving that much higher, I think, until we get some news. DraftKings, yeah, they had a phenomenal day. They them and Flute, which is FanDuel, had some positive legal stuff yesterday that came out during the day. So they closed up almost, I think it was 5%, very close to 5% yesterday. DraftKings chief legal officer sells over 4.5. They had something where they were kind of what was the news? Both of those guys, Flute is and I didn't even know, but Flute's Australian. I thought FanDuel was US too. It's not. Looks really good, but they also did have a price upgrade or maintained a price upgrade to $60, which was already out there. Yeah, the fact that we are getting candles closing above 42.83, we can stay above that. There's not really much holding us back till about 80, 100 if you're a rock, $100. But 48.24 will be our next kind of zone to get into. Some volume up there. Not too much, but it probably when we get up there, we chop around a little bit. And then we have to see if we can finally break out from there. But it's starting to perk up a little bit. Again, earnings come out. We have a little time on this one, I think. August 6th. So, what is that? Sometime next week, Wednesday next week. So, August 6th for today. It is a gap and go. Again, kind of broke out on a little catalyst that came out yesterday for sports betting apps, and maybe a little bit of a retest today, unfortunately. Or it could still run, but maybe wait for high wave candle at open. Maybe you could get a little pullback first. But somewhere in that range, look for like 46.16. If we don't hold, it is very possible you get all the way back down to 45.29. Otherwise, in a bullish case, lots of room on it, 48.59. So my question really is, do I want to be bullish or bearish? My answer is bullish on it. Just rather figure out how to get into this thing so I could get the best risk reward. I think I might need a little bit of a pullback. I'm okay if we don't get into that 45.29. If we can get held up somewhere around this 46.16, $46 mark and then kind of go, I'd be okay with that one. But yeah, definitely on the list for today. We shall see. Aklo That he says Tesla. Let's take a look at that one next. Aklo. It's doing good. To say the least. Is this all-time highs? Yep, all-time highs for Aklo, so that's good. Another retail favored stock. It is a retest gap inside day as well. I think this one most likely, let's see what happens. I think this one most likely fades at open. Look for like a 75.67 as your buy spot. I don't know how these earnings are going to be, but you got earnings coming out Monday, August 11th. A little bit of time on it. Last earnings not bad. Surprise. I've never seen a zero for a surprise revenue. Is that they nailed exactly how much the company was supposed to do? Hold on, what was this before? Zero here too. I'm not sure why it's zero. They're just expected to not make money, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, Akalo, really good move. Again, another retail favorite. I think this one probably at all-time highs, inside day. Probably get a little profit taking here. 75.67 should be your support. If you could hold it, we push higher. If not, look for some lower retest levels. 72.62 on that one. Tesla. Tesla. Can't you see? Hammer yesterday. If we could get a new higher high, so that means if we could get through and hold, get a closing above 33.48, that would get us a new higher high at least. That would set us up pretty well. Right now, you have maybe, I'm going to stretch this one out a little, but maybe you have a little inverted head and shoulders. Not exactly picture perfect neckline. If I could draw a straight line, I can't, but that would take us neckline here. That is still a new higher high. Probably retesting into this VPOC. Get your pullback, and then either here or one of those two. Kathy Wood's been saying the number one AI company out there is actually Tesla, but she owns a lot of shares, so take it for what it's worth. The other way I could draw this picture is this one. And we're just kind of hanging out in that range. So we'll see on Tessie in a longer term aspect which way we want to kind of break from there. But it looks like we're just kind of hanging out. For today, gap and go, inside day still. You do have your first resistance. Watch for 321.49. If you can break through that, there's not really much holding you back until this 327.46. So that gives you a little bit of room. If you get this pullback, yesterday's VPOC, which we may or may not retest, we're very close to it. 318.08. If we miss it by a little bit, 318.50 would be a good, decent risk to reward spot. So maybe it chops around for a little bit. You are above 20 EMA, 50 EMA, 100 EMA, and the 100 EMA as well. So we'll see. TSSI. It's a good company name. It's just TSS Inc. I wonder how they got their ticker symbol. This one bull that's a little harame from yesterday. So that's a potential reversal. Your real catalyst on this one is, or real confirmation is if you get above this candle, good volume on that one as well. So potential reversal. It is a retest gap from yesterday, and all of this action is still with inside that candle. Not a bad location where it's opening though. I would think that 26.48, something like that would be your support resistance. We are opening above it. Maybe that can get us room into 27.75. And again, if we get up there, now we are starting to take out that higher volume candle. Maybe we have the ability to get through that one to get to probably targets today, somewhere around 28.85. But right now, I think it looks a little bit choppy, double top, lower highs. This is not great. And eventually, we're going to have to get through that to continue. In a longer term sense, that trend looks pretty fairly bullish. I'd be just concerned about that double top. Um, Almost looks like it wants to create its own little pennant pattern in here as well. We'll see if this one breaks longer term. We might need the earnings as a catalyst, something like this. Swing target 38. Yeah. Right now this looks like a bullish pennant pattern. So it looks good. We just got to get essentially above that last little pivot, some closing, and then probably off to the races. But I can see the case for 38. I think it might take a little time to get there. AAL. Uh, Larkin says, DJ, you gonna play any fun money on that new IPO today? Similar to Circle. You guys are saying I don't even. I'm the worst IPO player, I think, in history. I just don't even know when they come out until they come out, and then I'm like, oh, that's up a 3,000%. What is it? It's Fig, Fig, similar to Circle. Because on IPO days they come out at weird times, and I just never. I don't know. But we'll see. AAL. I'll show you the. I made a lot of progress on that scanner yesterday too, though. I don't know if it's gonna have enough data to pick up Fig when it opens. AAL is for right now just hanging out. I like the fact that it is above $11.45. Still inside day from yesterday. You're kind of opening at a support resistance, $11.46. Yep, we're right there for right now. And next target on this one, 11.53. We've bounced off of this $11 zone quite a lot. The fact that we got through it here, this could all be a retest. Might be an interesting move for a possible swing trade. Interesting enough, Booking reported earnings the other day, and they absolutely crushed it. So I think there's a little bit of worry, concern that travel industry is getting based on either politics or based on tariffs or whatever the case might be, but travel might be suffering a little bit. It looks to me from Booking's earnings that it is not, and that will benefit longer term AAL. I think the Booking CEO in the conference call did say he's seeing a little bit of decline, which again, early warning signs maybe from people traveling to the US. So take it for what it is, but that was the first sign. However, they still crushed earnings, so I don't know. But American Airlines, again, big volume at $11.45. There was your break. There was your gap up. This all could be a retest if we could break out of this last few day consolidation. Ticker is Fig. Figma is the company. Yeah, we'll have to see when that one opens. Adobe wanted to buy them a ways back for 20 billion, but SEC blocked it for monopoly concerns. So Larkin wants me to throw monopoly money on monopoly concerns. I like it. I'll throw some money into it, maybe. Carvana. And he used the magic words too. He's like, man, this is like gonna be like Circle. If that's the case, you saw what Circle did. Carvana is looking really crazy. Good gap up here. Earnings probably looking like they were phenomenal. Yeah, 17% earnings per share. They came in with a cool 262 million dollar beat higher to the revenue side. We're at all-time highs. This is just flip a coin, I guess, if we go higher from here or if we want to pull back. I would think I would think that this stock, if I was in it and I got this kind of a gap, would lead me to take some of this money out so I could play Fig later today, but also retail favorite stock, and maybe we squeeze a whole bunch more people out because it's a massive gap, well over all-time highs. I think it's a little too high of a gap for me to play today. I don't know where I would throw the risk reward in on this one, but I think you probably have a better shot at a fade. Maybe at open this thing runs, and then probably later in the day look for some kind of a pullback. I would think, but crazy gap on that one. Um, yep. Let me show you guys the progress of the scanner. So I'll be trying to use this in the background. I'm still in kind of testing mode, so it's not ready. And then I thought of a whole bunch more things I want to do to it. But this is the updated scanner for what we're building out. So I added a whole bunch of tickers in. We have the ability to search through uh, add different filters. So right now I got the volume filter, ATR filter, RSI filter, gap filters. So here I chose, I'm looking for a gap and go bullish on this one. It does automatically update every 10 seconds. I'll click this for real-time scans. Uh, different setups I put in here so far. I got the 10 EMA, DJ Dan Precision entry. We can choose what time frame we want on these ones. We'll throw a 5 on this one. 5 for the scans. But yeah, so far it's coming along decent. So again, something like Fig, I'm not gonna pick it up because it's gonna be a new IPO, but Working on it. So I'll have that working in the background. We'll see where that one goes. CVS. And then I thought of a whole new level to it, which is going to be wild if I could do it. But CVS is that's a good gap to go. That's definitely a retest gap. I would think that you get some decent resistance on this one. Yeah, so far it's coming along. We'll see. I gotta test it. I think I spent another 8 hours on it yesterday. CVS is looking probably at a little resistance right around the sixes, the 66.66 zone, and then you have higher volume at 67.09. So healthcare been relatively weak in general. CVS has been holding up decent though. Other than that, and this is off their earnings as well. So 24% beat, 4.6% on the revenue side. Not bad. But most likely, I think if this gap was higher and we got above 69, 65, I think this thing could run. Otherwise, we're just kind of hanging out on that one. We shall see. All right, let me see what other tickers are out there. We got Roblox. That was been an interesting one lately. RBLX. Uh, yeah, that's a gap. That's a gap if I've ever seen one. This looks like a massive retest gap. I don't, maybe their outlook was good, but they came out with earnings this morning, so I don't know what the outlook was, but they missed earnings per share by 12%. That's not great. And then surprise beat, they did come in with an extra 165 million, more than expected at I think all-time highs. This one looks like a fade to me. I don't know. I wouldn't go long. I'm having so much trouble shorting stocks like these, but I don't think I go long at this level. Really, really nice win for anybody that held that one through earnings. Good job to you guys. Okay, we got time for a couple more tickers. I see tonight Amazon and Apple earnings. Yeah, those are going to both be interesting. Amazon, it's already kind of moving off of everything else that came out yesterday. So now I think that just increases the bar for Amazon, which makes it a little tough to play that one through earnings. But really good gap. We did talk about this one. Right now, it's at some resistance. If this one actually wants to pull back and people want to take some gains, maybe you have another shot to play it through earnings. If you're still expecting those earnings to be good, Apple, I don't know. Apple, they're up there based off, and even today, yeah, the rest of the market's moving. Apple's still showing some weakness, so this one's just not able to kind of clear that 200. I think they might have a lower bar because I don't think people are expecting too much from them. So if they do come out with something crazy, I would have to say probably in terms of that conference call of drop AI as many times as humanly possible on it, that could get this thing going. Otherwise, they've been lacking innovation, so not too great on that one. But that is the morning bell. So everybody out on YouTube land, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button if you've not done so already. Other than that, you guys are incredible, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Be careful. Later.